Hello everyone, we are Group 11. Our topic is Home Above Vendor Stand, which more focus on mobility and social value of Braamfontein. Braamfontein is a central suburb of Johannesburg in Gauteng Province, South Africa. It's a major business hub, major culture hub, and consists of big student population. Our theme is focused on the mobility and social value. We found there are plenty of street vendors stands along the street. They appear at the location where people gathering but occupy the pedestrian way and endanger the safety. The main business type of Johannesburg is racial and increased year by year. The street vendors belongs to the informal part and many aspects including such as food, clothes, manufacturing and service. The surrounding citizens have different perspectives of street vendors. Some people like it because of the low price, but others, that include the government, think it damages city environment. As a specific style, the street vendors, by providing different goods and services for people to create some economic and social values. Through overlaying the land use and gathering nodes, we find that people always like to gather near retail and commercial area, which also gather street vendors. We overlay the main intersecting mobility routes and the location of the street vendors find they always flow together. As we can see from the chat, people mainly need shopping, entertainment, and eating space. In addition, homeless people active during the nighttime, so we want to provide a space for street vendors, which can meet people's demands and also can provide a space for the homeless. Then we overlay above layers. We found that circle area has many people walk past and stay here, and also this area already has some existing racial value, so we select the reserve street as a site to develop our tactics. We base our tactic on enhancing social value and mobility of this area and providing a space for street vendors, which give them a new centralized space like the home feeling. And we also use our installation to provide a settlement for the homeless. Here is our ideal development process. We mainly want to solve some issues such as lack of mobility, unsafety, and waste environment, decrease the social value of the site, which caused by street vendors. We will use three main strategies, which lays three main tactics to improve these issues. The first one is transforming the function zoning of existing street. Here is our overall plan of our site. In this part, we introduce share road idea, which up the road in same level, use different paving to separate different lanes and slow down the speed of vehicle to minimize the segregation of pedestrians and vehicles and keep the safety and interaction between both sides, and even make the function of this street more flexible. We transform the function of the street and primarily divide the street into two parts, which are community and trading zone. Secondly, we provide a kind of installations for street vendors in the trading zone called cube. This cube can transform into different types by splitting and building up different sites, which can create various space and even different usage of it. For example, basically, it can be used by street vendors to sell different items, but during some special festivals or events, these cubes can be set in as an exhibition place or combined together to become a stage for live shows. Based on the data analyzed of time before, we separate one day into three periods of time. In the morning, our sites are mainly designed for communicate space and parking space. From noon to 9 p.m., our site is designed for vendors. From 9 p.m. to the second day morning, our site is mainly designed to provide a shelter for those homeless people. In the short term, firstly, we want to gather street vendors in the reserve street, which make this area more like a market, and then use the alley intersection as a market entrance. And in the long term, it will also be used as a link to connect the neighborhood market and other commercial streets. If this works well in this area, we will then expand this idea in the whole inner city to affect more areas. In the future, we will also introduce a marketing idea. Alley and the new Shiro idea combined together improve the mobility and attract more people come here, which also enhance the social value. A new system will be developed with existing elements to create a more sustainable network. Integrate the street vendors and space value to provide a new site for them to get a fixed resource, which also solve occupy and lack of mobility problem in some context. The new site will attract more people come together, which can get large range of popularity step by step, and the surrounding environment will affect the fixed resource, so this influence actually will affect other aspects as a circulation. Because of the transformation of installation, the site endowed with much more functions than before. The space of our site also transformation follow the functional changes which can be used as several different usage. People will have much more choice to use the site in different aspects to create several different social value. It will have more different transformation of space which connect the surrounding space and will create different mobility. These tactics also can encourage to the other areas in Johannesburg, which is to influence the diversity of urban space to create a diversified city. Thanks for your listening.